Today, we saw a huge rally on the stock market today. The NASDAQ, the S&P, the stocks just soared. And this is happening right after the Federal Reserve, which is one of the most wicked organizations known to man, raised their interest rates again in an attempt to try and tamper with Donald Trump's economy. Now, people need to understand something about the Federal Reserve. And this is a lesson to some people who panicked when the stock market, after the interest rates were hiked, started selling off their stocks, and it was correcting, and then it went up again. And so the amount of money they could have gotten versus what they did get because they panicked. The Federal Reserve is sort of it is independent of the federal government. Most central banks are. They're not owned by the government. President Trump really doesn't have a lot of say when it comes to the Federal Reserve. Not only that, the Federal Reserve is run by people who absolutely hate Donald Trump and especially hate the kind of things that he advocates for. America first, country first, populism, all that sort. These people are the biggest globalists, the biggest elites, the biggest New World Order, the biggest established. Anything that is against populism, America first, country first, our own borders, these people are against. It is a really awful set of people who run the Federal Reserve. And these individuals are doing everything they can to hurt Donald Trump economically because they know, which is true, that if the economy goes bad, he will not be reelected. He will be thrown out of the White House so quickly, you won't even know what happened to him. He will disappear and you'll never hear from him again, and you'll have 10,000 years of Hillary Clintons and Tim Kaines and establishment politicians like that. It would just be a mess. And that's what they are trying to do, the people at the Federal Reserve. They never rose interest rates under Obama, but they've been raising interest rates under Donald Trump. And when they do that, they know that people will panic, the stock market will panic, the banksters, the big businesses, the small businesses, job people who own stocks for RSP, they'll all panic and they will sell. That did not happen today. The American economy, the American stock market rallied again. Stocks went up even more. And I congratulate those who did not buy into the false fear of interest hikes from the Federal Reserve, which I have said is the most wicked organization known to man, more wicked than the Democrat Party, more wicked than communism, more wicked than anything. The Federal Reserve, I feel that the Federal Reserve should be gotten rid of, or at the very least end interest rates altogether. Just end them. There are some people, Ron Paul, all those people, that's the kind of thing they talk about. But the Federal Reserve is a very evil and wicked organization. And the reason I'm making this video is so that people all over America, all over New York, all over Ohio, Los Angeles, Georgia, Florida, Michigan, Texas, all over America can just understand that there is no good or real reason why the Federal Reserve should be raising interest rates. Don't panic. Keep buying stocks. As long as job performances do well, as long as financial reports are doing well with businesses, as long as businesses feel confident to open business in America and make money in America and are hiring people in America and all this as long as they're doing that, as long as taxes are low, as long as the environment for businesses in America is the best it has ever been, you continue to buy stocks, you continue to have faith in the economy, you continue to have faith in the stock market. Do not listen or pay any attention to what these wicked people, these New World Order, these one world government, these globalist people at the Federal Reserve have to say. They could raise interest rates all they want. And yes, it could have some financial damage. It could, yes, no doubt about it. But as long as jobs are being created, as long as businesses are making money, as long as people feel confident in the economy, you need to feel confident as well. And forget these Federal Reserve people. Forget all these Federal Reserve chairmen and bank governors and all these wicked and evil. They're all going to hell anyway. They're going straight to hell. There's a seat reserved right for them in hell. It's already cast. It's set in place. That's what's happening. They're all going there. And the Federal Reserve is going to anybody who works even as a janitor in the federal. They're all done. Their fate is cast. The Federal Reserve is out to destroy the Donald Trump. That's their objective. There's no explanation for it. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy the U.S. president, trying to make him look bad economically so that the people can throw him out. Because that's really what is his. There's two things. There's two reasons why Donald Trump got elected. Number one, to get rid of all these illegal aliens. Well, actually, there's three reasons. Number one, get rid of all these illegal aliens mooching off the American system. Get rid of all of them. Build a wall. Number two, kill ISIS. And number three, the economy. And the economy is probably one of the biggest. I mean, if the economy does bad, it's over. I mean, you can kill all the ISIS people you want. You can get rid of all the illegals you want. The independents out there in Ohio, the independents in Michigan, the independents in Missouri, all over the place, in Florida. Then, I mean, yes, they care, but I mean, if the economy's not doing well, if they can't buy bread and biscuits, it's done. It's done. It's over. So that's what Donald Trump got elected to do, and the Federal Reserve was trying to stop him. And I've seen it, and he said it too. He said it in an interview. He said it in multiple interviews. The Fed is probably Donald Trump's biggest enemy and most competent enemy. We need to watch out for them. And while we're at it, I think we need to advocate the abolishing of the Federal Reserve, or at the very least, get rid of interest rates forever. And this is the Iran Nation.